like practice. Like I started to get it into calmness, and practice take more and more space, like in my life, and more and more I like to be in silence, and more I like to be alone. But like this, by liking to be alone, I see a knot, and I think maybe there is many knots, but this is like about tolerance. Usually I don't like it. I don't look at the news and all this, and that's why I'm speaking about this tolerance. Now I can see that, like, I'm looking at this news, and this, we can see the world how it is, and how politics are trying to control, and to how ugly all this is, and that's how to be tolerant with this. That's why I'm thinking sometime I want to be alone, because how to, I don't know, I just, this is my question. I don't really have a question, but I don't manage to formulate it. Maybe you get the point.
As so far we are in this world with all the sensory system, it is with a purpose. The world is always showing us how settled we are. That is what the world around is showing to us. So, if you are settled, whatever turbulence which is there outside will not haunt us to a disturbing level. So what we have to do is to stabilize ourselves. For that, isolating yourself for a period to intensify your practice is very good to do. When once you intensify your practice and stabilize your calmness and integration, and then you will know whether you are really stable or something is still shaky. So the world will show this. So the world around for a spiritual seeker is not bad. It always shows. It is working like a teacher to show the problem which is unsettled. And the feeling to negate it completely will come to most of the practitioners because it is disturbing. Even the news, as you were saying, after hearing the same thing every day and all the troubles which is going on everywhere, and the manipulations done by politicians to really encash it in the form of power or something like that. When you see, this is how the nature is working. How far we are disturbed by that needs to be watched by the practitioner. So this shows us how settled we are. If you are not settled, it is not the problem of the world, it is the problem of the practitioner. And so you have to intensify your practice to remain integrated. And then there will come a time that whatever happens outside, it will not disturb you, it will not take you away from your inner calmness, but it will push you to do something. That's definitely it will push you to do something to the world. So we can operate with a little inner calmness to do something good for the world. When a person reaches that state, he is a Buddha or she is a Buddha. And so, so this is what the culmination of it. We cannot run away from this world. So far we have the body, the mind, and we are breathing. All these inputs will come inside. And the question is, how settled I am. If I'm not settled, it will show. Then I have to work for further settlement. And for that, a little isolation may be not bad idea. Because like a small plant, when you plant it in your garden, it needs to be taken care of in the beginning days, at least for a few weeks. You have to protect it from pests. You have to protect it from strong sun. You have to give water. You have to really take care of the small one to grow. And like making the plant grow, or a small organism to grow, or a small being to grow, we do a lot of protection around them. Likewise, we can protect ourselves. If you want to isolate, you isolate yourself for a little time. And for doing your practice, and then when you come out, you can check it, whether you are stable or not. If not stable, you have to work on. Then you have to work with the people then. Otherwise, the isolation, you want to have isolation all the time. We cannot live like that in this world. So you have to change your practice to be in the crowd and start meditating. And then you can stabilize the crowd, the turbulence, all the problems and the chaos which is around us, but we will be okay in the chaos. And that is, if you start that practice from the very beginning, it may be slightly difficult. And so you isolate yourself, do your practice in a conducive atmosphere for practice, and then you can test it when you are out in the nature with the people. And if a little bit of possibility has come to you to manage, then you can remain with the people and do the practice. And that's very important to practice in the society, because we cannot escape anywhere completely. That's an impossibility. And so isolate yourself, do your practice, intensify your practice, get back to the society, see how the society is challenging you, how you're affected by that, and then be with the society slowly, and then start to practice to stabilize yourself. Thereby, whatever disturbances which are coming from outside, you can be stable and operate something for the good of you and for the good of the society. That is how it is. Actually, there is no other way. And I have seen great men, very calm and quiet. When we travel in mountains, maybe somewhere in the deeper caves in Himalayas, very settled people. And I have seen the same people when they are in the middle of the city, very disturbed. So that needs to be looked into. So then what is the point? 12 years of intense meditation in the cave in the upper Himalayan somewhere. Then when you come down, you're shaking. And then it is not so great. So we have to practice both. Isolate ourselves, practice. Be in the society, practice. so that you will know where you are and the calmness can be protected. I suggest that you have to do both. Then when you are traveling in a train or somewhere, close your eyes, you sit there, other people will think that you are sleeping, but you are not sleeping, you are doing your calmness. You are entering into your calmness and stay there. When I was working in the government office, I had a name that the one who is sleeping in the office. Yeah, my boss was asking to somebody that, is that person who is sleeping in the, you're referring that person who was sleeping in the section. I was not sleeping. I just remained closing my eyes. And so this is how people think about it. It doesn't matter for you. So we need to actually practice among the crowd in isolation. So you will be stable wherever you are. So you try both. Don't try to isolate completely.